Yes.
The banks. And whoever are marketing these bonds. The most recent bond that you're talking about is at 16%. So you and I are going to borrow at what? If we go to a bank, over 20%. And what is that 213 billion funding? It is nowhere in the appropriations that Dongo put. So it is not funding any development. It's for which consumption? Consumption. Yet if you look at the recurrent, there is nowhere, this is what we are wondering, there is nowhere where our money is short to pay for salaries, to pay for counties, to pay for pension.
So you contend that our tax revenue collections are enough to fund the country's expenditure? In
totality. So why are we borrowing?
But why do we have pensions delayed? County disbursement has delayed for about 3 months. Capitation to schools has also been a delay.
What I'm trying to say, Yvonne, is that what Parliament passes and what the Treasury is doing are two different things. They're two different things. Parliament passes what you and I see, what is transparent. What the Treasury does, it doesn't even follow the law. It does its own things and comes to tell us different stories. So, and this is where we have got to start asking ourselves many, many questions. They went for Eurobond. It is now something like 900 billion, 3 times. What have they funded? What project have they funded? Tell me who did their due diligence that it went to fund a bridge or a road. So it does not exist.
Why would those investors then continue to give money? Why would we continue to accept money? So now, so far, we have, the local banks as well. So now you're roping in just about everybody. Local banks are in this with government, with Parliament, because Parliament has failed to hold the executive to account.
Absolutely.
So this is a grand heist. Is that what you're saying?
That is absolutely what I'm saying. It's the grandest heist we have ever seen in Kenya.
So everybody, local banks, you say the IMF don't do their due diligence because they perhaps don't read our laws. You've got the executive, you've got Parliament, you've got the banks. Everybody is in on this heist. Nobody is raising the red flag other than you are.
And you know what I would like, Yvonne, is that how come nobody's answering me? Nobody's saying I'm talking rubbish. Not one person has stood up and said, Jimmy, you're talking rubbish.
So what do we do now?
That's the point.
No, what would you do now? Because what you have said
immediately.
Is, and again, because some are either not reading our laws, not competent or doing their due diligence, are in on it, and that is just about everybody. So what now? What do you do with these claims? Where do you go?
You know what happened? Let me just give you a small story. I had a banker friend of mine who called me after, I think I appeared on TV last week somewhere. And he says, just wait a minute. He owns a bank. And he says, are you saying these bonds we are taking, there's somewhere we are missing out on the law? I said, yes, call your risk fellow, right? And the risk said, oh, no, but if central bank is issuing bonds, it's lawful. No. It's anchored in development, anchored in this. And they started panicking. They do not read the bottom line. So don't expect the people who are giving us Eurobonds too. As far as they're concerned, they just want the sovereign guarantee. They're making huge profits, right? It's the best place, especially when there have been low interest rates abroad. This is a great place to go and put our money and earn a huge interest rate. Now, that is their motive. They're earning huge profits at our expense because our people are not following. The people responsible are not following the law. And it starts, as I said, the budget must put down appropriations of expenditure and revenue. It's never been done for 10 years. You've never seen revenue appropriation. That's where it starts. What they do is every month they come and tell you, oh, we have borrowed domestic. Why isn't it in the revenue estimates? This is the biggest heist this country has ever seen. And it is corroborative of all those people you are talking about. All of them. Somewhere along the way, people decided the Constitution is irrelevant.
So
we are going to do what used to still happen before the 2010 Constitution. We are going to ignore law.
So all of the people I've talked about, meaning who?
I am very clear. The banks, domestic banks, are part of this. Anybody who has given us a sovereign bond, Eurobonds, are part of it. IMF, that are so-called underwritten, are part of this. The Treasury is deeply in this. In fact, as I said earlier, all our revenue and expenditure must be in the consolidated fund. I want to assure you, if you go, you will not find any of these items in the consolidated fund. So how are they expending it? That means we have 2 books at the Treasury, or 3 books, or 4 books. Something has been going on here, and we are now at the end of it. Because in other countries, I can tell you, this is what you call a Ponzi scheme. A big Ponzi scheme. Playing with our money. It's a big Ponzi scheme. It is theft of the highest order. I think here people know it as pyramid. This is what has been going on here. And it is so major. I would like, as I told the Parliamentary Committee yesterday, please bring the Treasury here. Bring Professor Dongo here and me. Bring all the Treasury people here. I will come with one person. I wouldn't even come with another. And we go through the law. We go through what they've been doing. And you will see who is correct.